Hey, now that it is my birthday, I just wanted to say thank you very much to everybody who sent well wishes and happy birthday messages during this Q&A. Enjoy. 74,000 subscribers. Massive number. A lot of people watching the content and liking it so much to press the red box down below. It's great to know that my content is valued so highly. Really nice milestone to hit as well. It's around the 75k, which is obviously really significant. Old Trafford, we'd be just short of filling out Old Trafford, which is totally mind-boggling. But the main thing is that this milestone has a number 4 in it, which means it's eligible for a Q&A. Now let's not beat around the bush. There's stresses to full-time YouTube that I didn't experience in the 40k Q&A, the 14k Q&A, and the 4k Q&A, so I'm trying to actively avoid questions that talk about the future of the YouTube channel because they just stress me out. I've been recording this for 2 hours, honestly, and I've been a bit exasperated, bit annoyed, bit exhausted. I've come back, revitalized, got a fresh drink, cleared my head a little bit, petted the dog, and we've got back in the chair to do this. I'm feeling a bit more positive now. We'll not leave you in the dark, though. Youth Squad Legends is not going anywhere. You've heard it from the man himself. It is not going anywhere, okay? Don't be worried about it. I also don't want to be a one-trick pony. My performance on the one-off videos has not been stellar recently. It might just be me not hitting the mark, but it also could be YouTube just not pushing out the videos as much as what they probably could be. They kind of alleviate the pressure of Youth Squad Legends. I have to, just step away from Youth Squad Legends occasionally to keep the energy levels so high. And if I can't really rely on the one-off videos to get views, it just brings an over-reliance on Youth Squad Legends, which is very much not healthy at all. I need to have a backup plan, of course. That's the reason why I've been sitting here feeling all kinds of emotions and not really getting content out the door. Because, I don't know, I worry about the channel so much. It's my livelihood now, isn't it? Outside of pledging to me on Patreon, maybe some of you can't afford it. The best way of supporting me, genuinely, is to watch them one-off videos. They're not gonna overtake Youth Squad Legends, but they do help to give me an added bit of creativity. After doing Youth Squad Legends over and over again, kind of becomes a rhythm. It becomes same old, but throw in a one-off video, it's a little bit different, you know, like your 9-to-5 job. Today was a little bit different, and that's good. Now for the part that you've been waiting for. The Q&A, crack on. So many questions, I'm going to try and answer as many as possible. No beating around the bush. Have you ever been to Belgium? Greetings from a Belgian YSL fan. I haven't been to Belgium. It's now on the list of places that I want to go because of the FM series with Rupel Boom. I know that you are planning on changing your player growth system to be more like Macclesfield, but that seemed very time consuming. I don't mind if it's time consuming, so long as it rewards the players that deserve rewarding. Like Alistair Lennox, he's now in the shadows, and I don't think he deserves to be. What is your favourite football match of all time? This took me ages to answer, but I finally decided upon United 7, Roma 1. I could have chosen any of the silverware winning matches, but I think just because it was so free-flowing, enjoyable from start to finish, being a Manchester United fan, watching that game, definitely United 7, Roma 1. Arsenal 1, United 3 in the Champions League semi-finals as well was very much up there. If you still had the chance to own a football club, would you? Of course I would. So long as I had the financial power to do it. Don't want to bankrupt myself or anything. Cutzy or Alan Papa? For me, it's Alan Papa because he's so well-rounded. But it's nice to see Cutzy get back into the form that we've seen in the lower leagues. What's your favourite memory or interaction that you've had as a result of your YouTube career? There's only been a few interactions. There was a strange one at the Crew Alexandra Stadium. We did a Perry NG meetup and someone walked down the chairs, hopping down the chairs. And he kind of stuck this phone near my face. I had one of my videos playing. Is that you? I was like, yeah, it is, mate. Then he extended a hand. We shook hands, and then he just left. I was like, Oh, I just thought the conversation was going to be a bit longer than that, but that's fine. I don't mind. I don't know what came over me, but there was a night out where I had like this really bright green top on. I don't usually like to stand out like that, but that night in particular, boom, bright green top, and it was the first ever interaction that I had. We were at the lead mill, bearing in mind we were both quite drunk at this moment in time. Like, do you do YouTube? I was like, yeah, I do. Cutzy, yeah? Like, Cutzy, yeah. I think this is how it played out. It's like, oh, your soundtracks, your FIFA soundtracks are amazing. And I've just remembered, because I've changed Twitter accounts at Curtis Mahoney, get it followed. Because I've changed that Twitter account, I might have lost him on Twitter now. It should be an absolute shame. So if you are watching this, or you remember that interaction, if I talked about it in a different video, please get in touch with either me or with the other guy. Please get in touch, because that was, yeah, a nice moment for me, obviously, being the first interaction that I ever had. My favourite one, it has to be a story that I don't think I've even talked about on this channel. A guy called Jake. So he's been around the channel for a long time. We got to know each other. He got himself into a situation that you don't want to get yourself into. And also his background with his family was not the best. At one point he wanted to move and make a fresh start. And I suggested moving to Sheffield. And amazingly, he took me up on the offer. Since he has moved to Sheffield, he has very much turned his life around. And he's in a relationship. And he's got a job. And I think he's the happiest that he's been for a long, long time. I don't want to take that much credit because it was him. It absolutely was him. Moving to Sheffield, making a life for himself. He's done that for himself, and I'm so proud of him. I'm just glad that he took up that chance to move to Sheffield. I got a little bit to hold on to, like, that is he's trying to take care of people that watch my content. Would you ever try and do a normal career mode on the channel? No, I don't think so, because normal career modes, standard, basic, people don't really want to watch them. That's why things with a twist like Youth Squad Legends became a little more popular. Biscuit or cake? In general, biscuit. But if we're talking about Jaffa cakes, which are not biscuits, then cake, because that is the ultimate sweet. A strange one from Fox. Snog, Marry, Avoid, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. I feel ill just thinking about it. Other places on the internet that you can go. But if you're talking about ranking, right, I am pretty basic. I was 5 years old. Pokemon Red. Charmander was the boy. I think I'm going to go with your list right there. Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. I was just not really a fan of Squirtle. All the designs are awesome. I wouldn't complain if you had it in reverse. It's just the phrasing. I'm not snogging a Bulbasaur. I'm not snogging a Bulbasaur. If you could do a YSL series with a team that's not in FIFA, who would it be? Right, you got Sheffield FC and Nkurbing. So Sheffield FC, really local, massive history. Nkurbing, we did a Football Manager save 2017. Football Manager 2017, one of my best saves. Love to go there and just take in one of the actual matches. How is Perry and Noodle? Very good, both of them. Perry's breath stinks at the moment. Noodle is the best dog that you could ever wish for. The broken elbow is not slowing him down. There was a long time between the dog breaking his elbow and getting to see a vet. It was about 48 hours. So he was in pain for a long time. Really tough to talk about it, but like, we're trying to comfort him as much as possible, trying to put a cushion underneath his elbow, trying to settle him down, make him as calm as possible, of course, because you don't want to do any more damage. Cried a bit, yelped a bit, you know, whilst we were moving, but he never retaliated. He was always trustworthy in us, even though we were hurting him. He knew that we weren't meaning to, and we were trying to help him. That is a level of loyalty that you don't even get in people sometimes. You don't really want to think about it, but like, Noodle is 8 years old now, and he has been so good for me mentally. He will leave an absolute massive hole in my life because he's been that special. Noodle is great, and even when Noodle is not great, I will take care of him. Do you play career mode just by yourself for personal fun? I'm going to say no on this one. There is occasions where I drop into it and try different things out. Nothing ever works. I don't want to overload myself on career mode. It's not that I don't want to play career mode. I feel like it's beneficial for the content for me not to play career mode. Oh, that is nice. That's a good answer. Jeff, one of the mods, asks, Juan Vitti, something that you need to know about my mods is that they're all dickheads. I won't comment on that one. Next question. Danny, if the National League is introduced to FIFA 22, who would you pick to play as and why? Chesterfield. It would be nice to return. Gaming Pagan, one of the mods. Can we get a bit more window time, please, in the basement? No. Will we ever see a team of YSL legends play together, or one team versus another in a friendly, for example, Macclesfield versus Burton? Don't completely rule it out. It would be a lot of work, and it's an annoyance that they took the Creation Center away from FIFA. One of my dream series in the future, disregarding the viewer count and that, was to cross over Ultimate Team with Youth Squad Legends. Oh, the amount of work. Oh. What features do you want to be added in future FIFAs? Well, outside of the obvious online career mode, I don't think they should be adding online career mode just yet, because they need to iron out bugs. So many bugs in career mode, and just adding an online feature is going to amplify them bugs further. I would like them to kick the GTN up the backside, because the GTN, with a few tweaks, could be massive. Limiting the transfers that you do window after window, making you want to play a bit more career mode, instead of just searching up Haaland and Mbappe and going, oh, we'll sign you two, no problem. YSL player that turned out to be good, which you didn't expect. Sounds like a YouTube video, that. Turned out to be good, which I didn't expect. Callum O'Flannery. Man, Season 1 Callum O'Flannery. You would never believe that guy turned into a monster. When you did that episode where your amazing dog Noodle was the manager, I knew it was going to be funny, but I was hoping Noodle was actually going to make a good showing of himself. Would you ever consider doing it again where he had a reasonable chance of success? So that video did tank. I wouldn't want to go back to it because I feel like a follow-up video would tank even harder. So let's not do it to the YouTube channel. If you could pick a five-a-side YSL team, who would it be? Five-a-side done on really small pitches. You want close control, technical. I have a specific build of forward that I like to put in Youth Squad Legends. Really tall, really strong, really pacey. All about brute force. And five-a-side is not about that, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, alright, hear me out. So we've got Enzo Body in the net because he's the best goalkeeper, and goalkeeping's just goalkeeping. That's it, plain and simple. Durante Vasil Malachias Jr. as your centre-back, so defensive unit. Tobias Leahy and Carrasco providing style and source in the midfield with Alexander Rosenberg up top. As a music fan, do you go to a lot of gigs? If so, who is the best artist that you've seen live? Metronomy? 1,000 times over. That was a great gig. And then I had 1 hour sleep, and then we went to a convention, a gaming convention in London. Woo! I was a bit tired after that. Got any plans to watch any non-league games next season? Yes, I want to go and see a couple of Sheffield FC games out in Dronfield. When you started making content, did you ever think you'd be in the position you are now, and with the kind of community you have? Yeah, the 74k... I did expect eventually, because I was very confident in the content that I was putting out. So, being realistic, of course, but I knew it would come eventually if I kept on working hard at it. And I think content creators should take responsibility for the community more, because you see the toxic behaviour of some of the communities on Twitter, and I'll raise my hand occasionally. Older Cutzy tried to rally the troops, you know what I'm saying, to win an argument, and that's not on. I'm learning, I've made mistakes, but I've always understood the responsibilities of a content creator. And fundamentally, I wouldn't want to see it in my comment section day in, day out. We'll ban people from the YouTube channel. Happily. if they become really aggressive. I like the community being nice to one another, being friendly, being open, welcoming. It's what we should be promoting. Man, these mods, mate. Matty. Every week for the past year, I've sent you emails offering to buy your channel for 5 PES premium packs and a Costco loyalty card. Why won't you respond to me? Bro! I don't know if it's the biggest, but the most important life lesson that I've learned since school is that school itself is just a prison for young people. And no, I don't use algebra every single day of my life. Mrs. Spence, or whatever your name was, you killed my love of maths! Which YSL was the least enjoyable to do? Everything on FIFA 16. You'll have to put Manchester United as the least enjoyable because we had some success with Yeovil Town, but it was mostly the game that was at fault there. What's your favourite flag? I do like a flag. I like the fact that just simple stripes and patterns bring so many vivid emotions, real attachment, and unfortunately for the flag of my country, a political agenda. I've got to side with Djibouti now. I'm sure I had a favourite before, Dare to Dream with Djibouti, but that actually gives me some kind of attachment. It's an emotional bond with that Djibouti flag. I hope to see that return eventually to the Union Jack, but I don't think it will. That is a real shame. I don't understand why a flag needs to be political at all. Do you plan on having a Cutzy's Harrogate against DK's Bolton, or will that not be possible this year? I think it's very much possible. I'd love to show you the ins and outs of that glitch, but I don't want to be covering it because I know that it'll be patched. I'll get talking to DK, that'll be no problem. Yuko Ike's Haiku Chronicles are continuing after this series. It's a nice breakup point to the video. It's also a nice place to put the mid-roll ads. Don't really like the mid-roll ads, but yeah, they've helped me along the way. I'm not gonna lie, this series, we have generated a lot more money because of the mid-roll ads. I am absolutely open to other people's suggestions on the haikus, but we'll talk about the comments in a later question because we need to delve a bit deeper. Have you got that mahogany toilet seat yet? No? Go away, FB. A suggestion here to allow the patrons to produce the backstories for the Youth Squad Legends players next season. I don't know how many of them patrons would be happy to do that or want to do that. I'd be open to it, but I also don't want it to become something like Crew Alexandra, where we could have backstories in the comments and it was all sob stories. Homelessness. Parents dying. How'd you pick the team for YSL? Mostly it's gut feeling, but then you've also got to think about the viewership. What's kept you going, kept you motivated? The consistent uploads even before you've gone full time on YouTube. It's the drive to make the dream job of the future. I do love quality, well-produced videos, and it was kind of what I was trained at college, and I think if I didn't have this YouTube channel, I'd be posting videos somewhere else or at a local TV station, maybe even national. I just like the production of video. How long did it take you to find out that your birthday is the same day as Father's Day this year? Okay, so Father's Day is pretty fixed. As soon as I heard that my birthday was on a Sunday, I knew that it was Father's Day because that's just how it goes. When I was a kid, I absolutely hated it. I was one of them spoilt kids that thought everything revolved around me and no one should share my birthday, apart from my friend Ryan. Is any Harrogate Town player breaking into the all-time best YSL 11? Possibly with Radu Flocker. I don't see anyone else. The most disappointing YSL player of all time is Cole Nordmark. Vetyor, which footballer did you used to be on the playground? Peter Schmeichel. Who are some of your favourite YouTubers, streamers to watch right now? Rate my takeaway. Oh, give that man a knighthood. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Terminal velocity if it's dead. Do you have or did you ever have a favourite book? Didn't have a favourite book, can't read. What's the best atmosphere and the best moment you've witnessed live at a game? Best atmosphere, Man United Tottenham, there was an FA Cup tie I went to. The best moment is when Perry NG nutmegged one of the wingers in the Perry NG meetup and everybody went wild. Nothing can beat that. You've been following this lad since the youth academy, you sponsor him and he's just nutmegging players for fun. The most important lesson that I've learned as a YouTuber is to just be myself. If you have a look at the early Youth Squad Legends videos, Cutzy's commentary is a bit weird. Like I'm talking very eloquently. Which team do you have a soft spot for that isn't YSL team or one you support? Maybe the FM saves, really. Nikurbing, Rupel Boom, Vashash, to an extent. What's your favourite type of biscuit? Vauban's. Yeah. What would be your dream job outside of YouTube? Visual mixer? Yeah, editing for any of the big TV broadcasters. I would have a crack at being Prime Minister. Would you ever have Pep at United? No. I want to ask you guys in the comment section, how are you? And if you're not feeling too great, get it down in the comment section. Open up a little bit. Let's see if some of the people in the community can help you out. Can you carry on Youth Squad Legends after you've won the Champions League? I think biggest decision of the Q&A, I'm not going to do it. After we win the Champions League, that'll be it for Harrogate Town. We got comments recently talking about how boring it's become because we're winning things. Don't really know what kind of payoff you were expecting after 90 episodes of a series trying to build the best squad in the world. I know I could lose a little bit more, but it couldn't be that much more because Man City are 5 points back, maybe 8 points back if we win the game in hand. Would 3 losses make much difference? I guess it would be a tighter title chase, but if you look at real life Premier League, it's tighter than that. I'd like to carry it on, but I don't want to see them comments. And I've made up my decision now. Massive question. What was the reasoning behind taking the comment segment out of YSL? Don't massacre me. I'm just being honest. We're not sugarcoating it. I don't think the quality of the comment section was that good this year. Just generalizing. There were some bangers occasionally. Seeing as many people have started a YSL series, did you ever think that YSL would have such an impact on the FIFA scene? Right, okay, this I didn't expect. Because I didn't realize what YSL had going for it until FIFA 15-ish. If you had the ability to undo a transfer in football history, what would it be? Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United. If you were to pick 3 or 4 albums that best represent you and your music taste, what would they be? These are different to my favourite albums because they've got to best represent my music. If we're going to zone in like that, you've got to take Gorillaz completely out of it because they genre mash. Favourite worst nightmare? Arctic Monkeys. Remaining Light by Talking Heads. Nights Out by Metronomy. Singles by Future Islands. Don't think I could do any better than that. The next series manager, who are the shortlisted candidates? Mikko Kartunen, Radu Flokka. I don't think we'll need a shortlist. I think Radu Flokka is going to win quite comfortably. Favourite movie of all time? Inception. Favourite TV show of all time is Breaking Bad. What's your meal deal of choice? BLT, prawn cocktail, or Doritos? I would go Doritos if there was some available. Dr. Pepper for the drink. That's it. Questions answered. Thank you ever so much yet again for 74,000 subscribers. Sorry to all those that missed out, but we will be back. 104k Q&A. See you next time. Bye-bye.